Hey guys, Sen here. With the first leaderboard that came out on Monday, we finally got a look at the new trophy system, which is the last feature from the update. So now I feel like it's the right time to complain. Talk about what's been going on inside our favorite game mode, because a lot has changed and a lot of problems have surfaced. So let's start with one of the two big elephants in the room. Don't worry, we'll get to the other one in a moment, but leagues and trophies and the new clan capital competitive ranking system. This past Monday, every clan that participated in this last raid weekend got trophies based on their performance and was placed in a league. Some of you guys were asking where my clan was on the global leaderboard. Don't worry, we're there. You just have to scroll down a bit and find that we actually have the number one spot. Hopefully, we can keep this position all the way throughout next week as well, but I want to send a big congratulations to all the viewers from clans that made it up here. I'll list the ones I recognize from our Discord community on screen. Y'all did incredible getting here, especially those from the top 10, considering who and what you are up against. Which leads me to my first talking point. The top two clans in the world are cheaters. I know a lot of people prefer the term win trading, match fixing, but I'm just going to say how it is, they're cheating. There's a community of clans like CH10 Max who arrange times during their raid weekend where they're all active and playing and deliberately set terrible bases that they can take out in one attack. And because there's so few clans that well upgraded, they constantly match each other and achieve unreal attacking performances. Now, this has been a problem in the clan capital long before the league system, but with the competitive rankings and these kinds of clans at the top, it really does shine a bad light on the clan capital as a whole. But actually, I thought it was going to be way worse than it really was. Before the first ranking was released, I thought the top 10 from top to bottom was going to be filled with cheaters. Because if trophy calculations were going to be anything like the raid medals, they would have slaughtered everyone with their 2,000 plus raid medal performances. But the number 3 clan, which I know is legit, was neck and neck with them in terms of trophies, and the rest of the top 10 are fair play as well as far as I know. So it seems Supercell has actually done their due diligence to some extent in making defenses matter more for trophies, because those top two clans were getting insane offensive performances, but were getting absolutely slapped on defenses. So I do think they did a decent job at making sure that it wasn't a complete clown show, but I still want to see more being done. And as I bring up these problems, I want to suggest solutions to them as well, especially ones that I think are reasonable for Supercell to implement. I know that Itsu suggested banning entire clans, the nuclear option, because what they are doing is 100% against Supercell TOS. Supercell has the right to ban them, but historically they have been hesitant to pursue those kinds of actions against entire clans. So I don't think they're going to be pressing the big red button today, but I think the more realistic course of action for them is to adjust how their algorithm assigns trophies. If there's clans who are constantly getting taken out in 12 attacks at capital level 10 max, which is way below what can be reasonably expected for fair play, their trophy haul should take a huge hit. Well, maybe that wouldn't be such a good idea right now, because a 12 hit performance against 8 districts is probably within fair play reach with how stupidly broken the new graveyard spell is. You can see in the background that today I'm actually showing hits that are not just for myself, but players from all across the global leaderboard, and let me tell you, I try to find replays that weren't just graveyard rams, so it was hard, because they are few and far between. I would estimate that around 85 to 90% of attacks done by clans who made the leaderboard last week where that same stupid graveyard wizard ram attack. Entire clans with the new skeleton park are going down in 18 hits on average to this brainless spam attack. And Supercell has the data. They know how bad it's gotten, and they even just rolled out an emergency nerf this morning and took a stab at the ram building damage as well as the skeleton count from the graveyard. But let me tell you, it did virtually nothing. Yes, the strategy got a huge nerf at CH8 and maybe 9 where the graveyard took a much more drastic reduction in skeletons, but from preliminary testing at CH10, this strategy is still going to dominate as hard as it did last week. It's still rolling bases without much thought, and I've gotten word from lost free-to-play players who've tested against completely max bases that it's still as broken there as well. If Graveyard doesn't receive another nerf before this raid weekend, I expect the same 85% plus attacks from leaderboard clans to be the same Graveyard Rams. As fun as it is right now, I don't think that long term it's healthy for the game mode to have a number one strategy that requires zero planning and there to be basically zero ways to counterplay it on defense. And it's not just the ground armored skeletons. The air Larrys are also overtuned but just have been flying under the radar. Try any air spam attack and throw in some graveyards inside, and you'll realize how ridiculous they are as well. I think that the main problem is that it lasts for 2 attacks, and the second attack with graveyards are just way too overwhelming for bases. You can have 200 skeletons anywhere on the map, either armored or flying. It is just too much. I personally think that they can increase the skeleton count and reduce it to 1 attack, or as other people have pointed out, to move it to 3 housing spaces. When you look at the graveyard spell next to the jump spell, which is the other 2 housing space spell, it really does put things into perspective. Graveyard could really use another hit. And I'll also take this time to address the issues in Clan Capital matchmaking and the rumors that'll eventually be based on trophies and not upgrades. In my opinion, if it becomes based on trophies, that would destroy the game mode. I consider CWL to be by far the worst, most unfun game mode in Clash of Clans. Builder base is not even a close second in my mind. Unless you're in a clan with all Town Hall 15s playing in Champions League, you are getting rolled by clans with higher level players just because you're in the same league. The only reason people play CWL for lower levels is because the rewards directly affect your speed of progression and you are basically compelled to. But Clan Capital doesn't have rewards that would justify a bad experience like that. If your raid weekends devolve into fighting over-level clans just to squeeze a couple of lab potions from the trader, players are going to soon forget that a balloon even exists in the bottom left of their home village. So Supercell, please don't do that. No one likes losing because they're at a disadvantage. Clan Capital does have its matchmaking problems though, but matching based on trophies is not the solution. Right now, it's based purely on the number of upgrades, which means everyone should rush through the levels to get higher offense, and the few clans that are staying behind are getting smashed even with their max defenses. So my fix is to have matchmaking take into account CH level first to match clans at similar level, and then number of upgrades, and then trophies in that order. I do think that trophies ought to be a parameter in matchmaking, but I don't want to constantly face terrible clans who've never adjusted their layouts. But first priority should always be to keep things fair, in my opinion. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on what I consider to be the biggest problems in Clan Capital right now as someone who loves the game mode. Let me know your thoughts, whether you agree or disagree, in the comments below, and take care.